In this video, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you a handful of amazing iMessage hidden features I bet you didn't know because there's no instruction guide to the iMessage app on the iPhone. Fear not, that's where I come in. And of course, I'll be sure to include timestamps of everything in the description down below for your pleasure. But I want to give you a heads up, the lighting may look kind of wonky. It does get fixed throughout the entire video, so just bear with me. It'll get better. Let's begin. So here is an iPhone 15 Pro. Let me center it right there for you. Hopefully this is bright enough for the camera. We are filming at night this time, which is different than my previous videos. I think this is a good amount of brightness. So iMessage. By activating iMessage, if we exit out of here, this is the UI. If you like to pin your most used contacts to be on top, you could easily do so by just simply long holding and then go ahead and select unpin. And it clears up like so. You can have up to 6. So if you go down and pick like a conversation you really enjoy or making sure you're always updated, select pin and it's up there on top. This also works on CarPlay too. If you like to mute a group chat or a person, you can always select hide alert or mark unread so you can go back to it later. Pretty self-explanatory. You can do this pretty much on anything. You don't need to actually like have it in the dedicated group. It could be an individual contact. Now, all the way on top right here, this icon, this was new recently on iOS. This is basically your filter. Very similar to like emails. You can categorize everything based off unknown senders, spam, recently deleted, unread, as well as manage your filtering. If you like to make it more simple, you can select this menu and you can delete or disable some of the other things like the screen unknown senders. But I personally prefer leaving it on. So automatically silent them, but you could decide if you like to see time-sensitive information, personal, transactions, or promotions. Time-sensitive is my personal favorite, but by having this enabled, if we go back, this is what that does. See right here where it says my password has been appeared in this data breach? There's a little time-sensitive icon right there. So it kind of utilizes those features in other conversations as well. If you select allow notifications, this way it gets like a different priority style notification, so you can enable as many as you want. Personally, time sensitive is my personal take, but I'm going to experiment with all of them now. But down here is where you can enable filter spams too. By having this enabled, if we tap on these little dots right here as well, you can see we have a spam folder. This will be where all your spam text messages will now fall in, because unfortunately, just like our emails now, our phone number is very similar. It just gets spam. Well, you'll be able to locate it here. You go back and review it, or you can swipe, delete, and just delete that conversation entirely. Or you can select edit, select the messages, and then select as many as you want. Cool tip is that you could actually select multiple ones by simply just doing that as well. Or select check all. And on the very bottom over here, if you have a lot of unread messages and you know it's just spam based off the preview, you can select down here read all, or hit the delete all conversation for the spam category. So just a cool little tool right there. But now let's go ahead and switch back to our messages. So a cool thing about iMessage, a lot of people don't know this, but whenever you're sharing like an email or a text message, like a video, social media post, literally anything, if you click on copy link as an example, and then you go in and send this message to somebody as an example. So if I paste this link, allow it to load. If you don't like this thumbnail preview, you can always select it. Either select customize, you can select between these styles. So you could literally check mark the style of you want that text message to look like for that link. Or you can convert into a boring text message length. So a nice little powerful tool right there. You can also show the preview to reverse back to it if you want. So a little customization that a lot of people always overlook. This doesn't just work with YouTube videos. You can use this on websites, articles, and even social media posts. Now for the send key, a long hold right here will give you access to these different animation styles. So if you like to send a text message with a slam, or any other effect you see right here, you could do that. You can also select screen, so you can do like duplicates like so. A simple swipe will take you to the next style. You can keep swiping, swiping, swiping. And for the balloons, if you wish somebody a happy birthday or happy New Year's, automatically it will have its own generic design too. So that's that. Now, when you tap plus, all these categories right here are basically a mixture of first-party apps, third-party apps, and etc. Some of this is pretty much self-explanatory, like the GIFs one as an example. By selecting the GIF, you have access to all these GIFs you can select from. You even have a search, of course. But if we exit out of there, tap the plus one more time. If it's like some of these GIFs that you use the most, as an example, if you long hold, you could rearrange and categorize it based off your most used shortcuts right here. So of course, this will launch the camera app. The send later, I mean, this is a new Apple feature. So if I like to say wish everybody like a good night or something like that, but I know for a fact I'm gonna be personally passed out, tap the plus, hit send later. Will be grayed out, and then just go ahead and select like the time that you want this text message to be sent. So 11 p.m. I'm gonna be passed out by then, but my message is already sent. And then you can see like a little ghost figure right there in the very corner, which basically tells you you have a pending message that will be sent later. And if you like to, you can always long hold to either re-edit it, delete it, copy it, translate, or speak, or select. And I can just go back and delete it like so. Another cool tool when it comes to sending messages is the ability to edit. You see, if I go ahead and send a message as an example, hi, and hit send, you have 5 minutes to go back and long hold, and you have the ability to edit that message if you need to say something there, add something, or correct like a mistake you made. You could go back, hit check mark, and it will actually correct the text right there, but on the bottom right there, it will say edit. Now to the end user, when they see your text message, on the very bottom, you could tap edit and you could see what was the edit message before then. So it's a cool little tool right there, but most people would just see that and just be done with it. Now you may have noticed I have a read timer on my messages. By default, on your devices, usually this is enabled. With close friends, especially like your spouse or something like that, it's good to have that just to be polite and let them know that your message was indeed read, it was delivered, and hopefully they should be getting back to you soon. If you don't like that, you can always just select the profile and just scroll all the way down until you get to this section of call conversation you're having with. From here, you can decide to hide alerts, but this is where you go in and disabled or enabled the send message. But then down here, if you're speaking to somebody in a foreign language, you can also enable it so it automatically translates between all these compatible languages you see here. Everything from Dutch, Mandarin, German, Italian, Japanese, and so much more. And there's going to be more get added pretty soon too. But you can allow your messages to automatically be translated. I'll go more over that in just a little bit. So exiting out of here, another thing you may have noticed is the background is changed. This is new on iOS 26. And to do this on your conversations, select the conversation that you're having and just select the background right here. And from here, you could select between some pre-made ones or use Apple Intelligence, which will do some of your suggestions based off your photos, as well as suggestions using Apple Intelligence to create some. So that's how you can change the background from here. It's all self-explanatory. You can just preview it. You can select between different filters and check mark, and that'll be the new wallpaper on your conversation. This also applies for wallpapers, for group chats and such. But now let's say, for example, you're having a conversation and you accidentally send something that was kind of embarrassing, like just a bunch of nonsense, hit send, and you're like, oh snap. So unfortunately, this message was already read, so they already witnessed what had happened. But if you hit unsend right here within the 5-minute time frame, it disappears. But it will mark that you did unsend a message. You could correct yourself and say why you unsent it. Like, my bad, didn't mean to send that. Or my bad, wrong person. However, on their end, they're going to see this on the bottom of the message saying that a message has been unsent, but it doesn't show. It just shows that, and that's it. So a little recovery time if you accidentally send something embarrassing. This also applies with photos too. But now let's say, for example, you like to delete some conversations you had in the past, you could easily do so. You see, an overlooked ability that a lot of people always miss is the ability to delete conversations without having to unsend. By simply long holding any message, this menu will pop up. If you select more, you have the ability to select them like so, and then you can decide on deleting them. Of course, when you delete it, if you accidentally messed up and you change your mind on deleting that text message, you can always tap on these dots right here and you'll see a delete, recently deleted tab right in here. And from here, you can select it and delete that message from here. And now it will be permanently deleted. So when having a conversation, you notice how right here where it says encrypted and not encrypted. This is a new setting that's now enabled on iPhones. Or if you go into your settings on your iPhone, I'm going to start fresh for you guys. In the main page, if we scroll down to apps, in the apps category right here, and just go to the message app in this green app icon. From here, scroll down. It's going to be all the way to the very bottom where it says RCS messaging. This is where you get enabled end-to-end encryption, allowing you to have an encrypted conversation when you're talking to an Android user. But I also recommend enabling RCS because even though I have an Android phone right here, if we unlocked it by having this enabled, there we go. Mark Wahlberg actually sent me a text message. All right. Now, if I'm typing in something on their end, they get to see that I'm actually typing in something and I can hit send. And on their end, we can see they're replying just like it is on an iPhone and they can hit send and I'll receive it immediately. The only drawback to this is that when you long hold on an icon, you are unable to unsend like it is on the iPhone. Maybe in the near future, it will have that ability. If you like to double check if a conversation you're having with somebody is encrypted, going back to the iPhone, you'll see there's a little encryption lock icon right there. That tells us that it is indeed secure, and previously it was not secure. But if you need to overwrite a text message in case it's not being sent properly, it's taking forever, but you have good LTE reception. If you send a message, like a very long one, and you hit send, and you immediately long hold on the icon, you have the ability to send as a text message. So now it will be green. It's going to force itself to be a green bubble in those situations where a message just isn't being sent. There we go. Now they're green. As you see, it actually was forced to be sent via RCS, not iMessage. So that's how you could force a text message out of my phone just to be sent entirely in general without having to connect to the Apple server and to convert into a blue bubble. Now, other tools that's found on iMessage, a cool one is probably censor sensitive content. If you just don't want to be randomly send some type of dumb, irresponsible photo, you can enable this functionality where all those photos that you receive, everything from these apps, including messages, will be censored if it detects that there might be some skin showing, if you know what I mean. You can enable this and it'll automatically censor it, kind of like it is with social media platforms like X, as well as Instagram and such like that. This is a built-in filter that will easily censor anything that that your phone detects to be inappropriate. Personal preference, you can leave that on or off. Now, if you own multiple Apple devices around your household and you like to forward these text messages to not only selected Apple devices, not like your Mac or your iPads all at once, if you go all the way to the very bottom, there's a text message forwarding right here. You can select this. You can enable the devices you like to also receive a text message that your main iPhone also receives. So right now, both my iPhone 15 Pro as well as 16 Pro will receive messages, even though this one has a SIM card, but I could go in here and disable that. Or I could enable other devices too, like if I want my other iPad to also be involved in this. So you can enable basically text messages forwarding this way as well. You can decide if you like to enable those or disable those from here. Now, if you ever play an Xbox game or any like console game in general, you know you have online profiles. iMessage has a similar feature. You see, by selecting edit, you'll have access to your profile and photo right here. This will be the photo of the name as well as the picture that people will see when you call them. If you like to customize this, just tap customize. You can either choose from like an existing photo right down here, or some emojis or an emoji that you like to share. And you could decide if you like it to be shared or not by disabling or enabling it, as well as edit the name as well as your last name from here. But on the very bottom where it says show automatically, you can allow it to always show automatically on your contacts only, or always ask. And whenever you're starting a new conversation with a new individual, it's your decision if you like to also show them this information or not. I kind of like this, so I have an understanding who I'm messaging and who I'm talking to. This also works with phone calls too. Whenever you make a phone call, it's that profile picture that they see. And then any conversation you're having with somebody, you can always go down here and search for it. And then when it comes to sending money, of course, tap plus, go down, you can select either Venmo, but if you use Apple Pay, you can select Apple Cash, and from here you can select the current amount, hit send, and then if it's set up or not, it'll walk you through the entire setup procedure with your bank. You can also hit request too if you like to request a certain amount for like a transaction or something like that. But just remember, if you ever receive a foreign language message, just long hold and then select translate. You could decide on translating the whole conversation or just this message. Select it and do the translation right there. You could even hit the play icon so you can actually hear what it's saying. You could copy the translation, mark it as favorite, or open up the language app right there. So it does have a built-in translator. Now, I did forget one thing, and that is the fun one, and that was stickers. So this is the next day. That's why the lighting's different. I'm filming my normal schedule, but so by hopping back into our message app, and we go into like a group chat, as an example, by tapping plus, and we go into stickers, you'll find the sticker category right here, and it will keep track of everything from like animated runs, photos, just some wacky ones. If you don't know how to create a sticker, it's really easy. You will need to go into your iPhone's photo app. And what I like to do is go into the live category and just turn it off in case it is a live image. And then select the subject. And you'll see like these waves outlining it. From here, you can add sticker. And it will quickly just add it like so. It's kind of wonky. If you try it again, it may be more accurate. But then you could just leave it as is. You could add an effect, outline like a sticker, comic style, puffy, or a shiny like Pokemon card type of thing. So you do have some themes to select from. And once you're satisfied, just hit check mark, and now you have a sticker in your category. And the benefit with the sticker is if we go back to the chat and we go ahead and tap plus, select sticker, you can just easily click and drag it. You can pinch and zoom to enlarge it or shrink it. And then you can just place it down. And then you successfully added a sticker in your chat library. You can also rearrange it too if you like to re-edit it. You could also click on it and move it around. So that's pretty cool. And if you like to react to like a text from somebody or yourself, you can select one of these pop-up reactions. But if you go all the way to the far right, you'll see this emoji. You can either add an emoji or select the sticker cat tab and just select, and then you can add an emoji right there. So if I move the dog around real quick, you can see I added a sticker right over there. So that's pretty cool. And just like their profile picture on top over here in the group chat, you can select this, tap edit, and you can select edit the group name or change it to an emoji, import a photo, or a custom text right here. So you do have some customization for the group chat as well, including the image icon, or if you like to rename the group. And then when texting a message, if you highlight the text and tap this little arrow right there, you can add text effects. So you can make animation bounce, certain text explode, or you could also add an underline, a line in the middle, or bolden the text from here as well. And you can hit send. It'll follow by this animation effect you selected on bottom, or you could just leave bold and deselect the ones you don't want to see and just bold it only if you like. Just like Windows Word in a sense. And then you can select send. Other than that, there we have it. Those are a handful of hidden features, some cool tips and tricks you could do on iMessage in general. Thank you so much for watching. If you wish to watch more, maybe like to see some cool tips and tricks, but this time for the Apple Watch side of things, I go through a lot of amazing stuff that Apple doesn't even tell us that the Apple Watch can do, all in this video over there, including some amazing settings, features that are disabled by default. Everything and more in that video over there. Thank you so much for watching.